So soft skills are opposite to hard skills. Hard skills are, for instance, your domain knowledge, the knowledge that you need in order to pursue your career. Okay, so I am a literature postgraduate, so my knowledge of the history of literature and Indian English poetry and Romantic age and Victorian age, those are my hard skills. But soft skills are a different ball game altogether. So, what is the importance of soft skills? Soft skills enhance employability and career growth. Definitely, they are very important. Facilitates effective communication and collaboration, builds professional relationships, and these are essential for leadership and problem solving. So let us look at examples. Core soft skills. First of all, we cannot emphasize how important communication is. Includes verbal, non-verbal, and written communication, emphasizes active listening and clear expression, and appropriate body language is the key, right? So, for instance, when I talk of communication, in this short time, I'll just give one example. When I'm making a public speech, so it is not only the quality of my voice that will determine communication, also my content, the one that the subject matter, but more than that, also my non-verbal communication. How am I standing or sitting? How am I gesturing? The rule is that your hand gestures, there should be some hand gestures, but they should not be above the waist level. Okay, they should be somewhere around your stomach level and waist level. If it is too high, your face will be covered. If it is too low, it is going to look very strange and weird. So the ideal hand gestures when I'm giving a public lecture is that it should be at the waist level. At the same time, there should be some hand gestures. You should not stand very stiffly to attention. If you are singing the national anthem, that is okay, but otherwise, no. All right. So this is one example of a non-verbal communication being important when I'm talking of soft skills. Or for instance, you are appearing for an interview. Okay. When you enter the interview room, that times it might be a panel interview sometimes. So there is a panel of evaluators, the main interviewer, the different people who will be assessing you on different skills. There might be on the other side many chairs which are kept. Okay, you are just one interviewee, but there are many chairs and there is a panel. Believe me and trust me, there would be a behavioral psychologist or a person with such a profile sitting in that panel, and he's assessing your body language and which chair you choose. What is the right thing to do? The right thing to do is to sit in the middle. If you choose, sometimes I know our nature is, many of us are shy by nature, and we may try to choose a chair on the sides. Do not do that, because in that organization they are assessing your problem solving capacity. If you are sitting at the side, it means you have a tendency to avoid problems. But if I am trained in soft skills and I know what to do, then I am going choose a chair while appearing for the interview in the middle, so that they know that I am a person who loves decision making and problem solving. So, yes, so certain very subtle clues like these are very important and they form a core part of soft skills. So, communication, active listening, clear expression, appropriate body language, also emotional intelligence, EQ, not IQ. Okay, emotional quotient or emotional intelligence, understanding and managing emotions, self-awareness and empathy, and emotional regulation. Always behave in a proper manner. Do not show a spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. If you are writing a poem or painting a picture, you can go all out and all emotional. But in social situations, it's not that we are absolutely blank, but our emotions should be regulated. Another core soft skill is time management. We have to learn how to prioritize tasks and meet deadlines, avoiding procrastination, using tools like to do lists and calendars. Uh, then we have adaptability, being open to change, then learning continuously, having a growth mindset as opposed to a fixed mindset. So, growth mindset when I'm open to learning, even when I'm old, even when now I'm middle aged. I'm always learning new things. For example, I have enrolled for the gender studies and cybercrime diploma at Ashadi Wisdom Campus, even at this age, because I believe I can learn new things and also apply them in my regular life or in my career at any stage, at any age, right? So, a growth mindset as opposed to a fixed mindset. Fixed mindset with rigid ideas. No, I cannot learn. I'm too old. I'm too dumb. I'm too stupid. I'm not fast enough. No, 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 no. Always have a growth mindset. Thriving in dynamic environments, not static, dynamic. So, environment, times, places, your career may change, your organization may change, you may change your job for a better company, or your company may change leadership and have a different working environment altogether. Excuse me. I've been unwell, so excuse my rasping voice and my breaks. So, thriving in dynamic environments, no matter what change takes place, you should always adapt to the change. Then we have to have a good work ethic, demonstrating reliability and integrity, being diligent and respectful, maintaining a positive attitude. Also, we should always learn how to adapt to the work ethic of the place we are in. For instance, now I work in an academic setting. I teach at a college. I call my colleagues, when I address my colleagues, I address them as sir or madam. However, earlier, I used to work in an America based MNC, multinational company. And there, the work ethic was such that you had to call everybody by their first names. So, whether it was manager, senior manager, colleague, or even somebody who is reporting to you call everybody by their first names. And we should always be adaptable. I can never emphasize this enough. I remember I used to be a student in Germany, okay? And in India, when we are a student, what do we call our teachers, sir or ma'am? In Germany, we had a German teacher, and we were calling him sir. The Indian students were calling him sir. And he said, "Don't call me sir, call me by my first name." So his first name was Holger. So he said, "Please call me Holger." But we, being Indian, we were still shy and we kept calling him sir. Then our German friends, classmates, they told us that, see, you think you are being respectful by calling your teacher sir, but you are actually being disrespectful by not following his instructions. He has told you to call him by the name Holger, his first name, and you are not listening to him, you're not obeying him. So that is being disrespectful. So we should always be adaptable as per the work environment, as per the culture of the place. Now, how do we develop soft skills? Through role plays, group activities, volunteering, internship, And of course, there are many courses in soft skills, uh, classroom activities, of course. I'll share all these later in case some of these are important and would be useful. When we come to etiquette, now what is etiquette? Okay, we come to the next part of the presentation, which is my favorite part of the presentation. Now, when we talk of soft skills, we mostly talk in a professional environment. But when we talk of etiquette, we can talk of professional, personal, but mostly social. Let us look at the screen types of etiquette: social etiquette, public and private social manners. For example, you are at a party, I'll just give you an example, and you want to introduce two people who don't know each other. It is your party, you are hosting it. The polite thing is to be introducing the people who have come to each other. How do you introduce? There are rules. For example, if there are two people of the same gender, for example, two ladies, then you introduce the younger one to the older one first. Okay? The older one gets more respect. So the younger one should be introduced to the older one first, and then the older one to the younger one. Suppose there is a gentleman and the lady, then the man should be introduced first to the lady, because ladies first. So the lady would be the one you are addressing. So you will say, Mrs. Mukherjee, this is Dr. Avindu. Okay, so you are introducing Dr. Avindu to me because I am a lady. Like that. Now, after you are introduced, you can ask questions. How are you? How do you do? The answer to how do you do is not I'm fine. The answer to how do you do is how do you do, if you are being introduced in English. Okay, I'm so glad to have met you. Say something. When someone is introducing you, introducing two people to each other, say something. Don't just leave it like that. Okay. Suppose introductions are done, a short, pleasant conversation is done, leave taking. Okay. I'm so glad to have met you. Nice to meet you. Okay, I must go now. Nice to meet you. Or let me see what Mr. Ravi or what Dr. Avindu is up to. I'll be right back. Okay. So leave taking in a polite manner. So all these come within social etiquette. Letter etiquette. Nowadays we learn email and net. Once upon a time there was the letter etiquette. So for example, your friend goes away somewhere. The actual etiquette is the one who has gone away should write first, and the one who is there would write next. Okay, professional etiquette, respectful workplace conduct. Now, customs and codes vary across cultures. We must remember that when we talk of etiquette. Some customs and codes, they have endured for thousands or hundreds of years at least. For example, when we walk on the road, where do we walk? We walk to the right side of the road, correct? Now here, most of the road and the traffic system is based on a Western system. And in the medieval ages, the knights, Knights, they used to drive their horses, they used to ride their horses on the right side of the road. On the left hand, they would carry the shield, and with the right hand, they would guide the horses. Because if the enemy came from the opposite side, they would be able to strike the enemy with the right hand. They would like to draw the sword with the right hand, strike the enemy with the right hand. So they used to walk, they used to navigate their horses on the right side of the road. And exactly we follow the same rules, and the traffic system is also designed in the same way, that we stick to our right. Now, this is the one rule which has stayed, but other rules have changed. So, for example, if you are a boy and you are writing a letter to your sweetheart, or you're not, nobody writes letters nowadays, maybe you are sending a message to your sweetheart. You will not end your message by saying, I beg to remain, madam, your humble and obedient servant. You will not do that. You will simply say lots of love or love you or whatever. Like, yours affectionately, maybe if you want to be a bit formal. So that is something which has remained redundant, which has become redundant. Or even 2, 3 generations earlier in Western countries, the woman would address her husband as Mr. Smith, not by first name. Okay, Mr. Smith, Mrs. Smith. So that was the etiquette. But today they use their first names, and it is not really looked at as being ill mannered. Now, if I talk about dining, okay, some of the rules which can be applied today. So, wait for everyone to be served before eating. Now, in a multi-course meal, you are sitting at a restaurant or at a party and lots of cutlery in front of you. How do you use them? From outside to inside. Okay, use utensils from the outside in. And the third rule we learn as kids, place napkin on the lap, chew with mouth closed. Okay. But cutlery should be used from outside to inside. Next, netiquette, internet etiquette. Be polite and respectful online. Avoid all caps. All caps, there is a technical term for it. It is called flaming. Flaming. I've not written it here, but it means you are actually shouting. So it is very rude. No matter how angry, if you are angry, don't send that email or that letter or that message. That is the ideal thing to do. Or write it, but send it to a safe place like your own account. But it is always better to be polite and respectful and maintain etiquette. Regulate your emotions before expressing them. Don't spam or troll credit sources. Maintain privacy and avoid oversharing. Like, okay, if you are a mother with children and you are proud of your child comes first in the class. Good. Okay, you can share that. But I know people who are share every time their child walks or smiles or goes out, they share every detail of their private life. At best it is annoying, at worst it can be dangerous. You never know who is keeping an eye on you. You never know what hackers are up to, and they are watching every moment of your private life. So avoid oversharing. Telephone etiquette, answer calls. Usually the best thing is to answer calls in the third ring. Okay, second or third ring, answer calls promptly, speak clearly, keep calls brief. Don't eat while talking. If you must eat or must, have a sip of water, excuse yourself and avoid loud conversations in public places. Email etiquette also, proper grammar and structure and no emojis. Close with courteous phrases. Okay, regards, thank you, always. It will depend upon your relationship with the person you are communicating with. If you have known the other person for some time and have interacted well, for example, if I'm writing to Dr. Avindu, I might write warm regards or kind regards or best regards. But suppose I did not know Dr. Avindu for a few months now and I was writing to him for the first time. Only regards would also do, or perhaps best regards at the most. Okay, and always avoid slangs or emojis in emails. Now, I have written here formal email. What is formal? Now, in the American company I worked for before, we had to start our emails with hi. Okay, hi and first name. That was the formal rule. All right. Now, if I'm writing to a professor, dear sir or dear madam, that is the standard English. In Indian context, often people write respected sir or respected madam. Now, that is not standard British or American English, but in Indian colleges and universities, it has been standardized. So, it will depend on the context, the situation, as well as the relationship that you share with the other person. So, why etiquette matters? I'm on the last two slides. It creates a positive impression, it encourages smoother communication, prevents misunderstanding, and it is essential in multicultural and global settings. Definitely. When you meet someone in certain countries, you shake hands. In other countries, the women they kiss each other on the cheek or at least they hug each other. Now, in some contexts, people may not be comfortable with a hugging or with handshake. In that case, in Asian context, a namaskar or a namaste, right? So all these are part of soft skills and etiquette. It's a vast topic. I have only taken a few points here. Etiquette reflects respect and professionalism, adapts to different contexts and cultures, and good etiquette enhances relationships and credibility. So, wherever you go, there is a saying you must always come out smelling of roses. So, smelling of roses, uh, it's a proverb. It means that people should always look at you as a well mannered, well bred, respectful, nice person, a person with an attractive personality. Okay, thank you all. If there are any questions, I would be happy to take them. I'll just stop sharing the screen. Yes. Right.
Dear audience, request you, you have any question based on today's session, you can ask our respected guest speaker, Dr. Jagari. So also thank you very much, Prof. Jagari, for this amazing updated topic, because I am saying that I think soft skills and ethics, it's very modern topic for this society. So I think you agree with me, because I think in my opinion, this is not structured. I mean, it's not ruin-based knowledge, right? I think this is very modern and updated, useful knowledge for the society, because I am saying that. So yes, any comments, any questions, please ask from our guest speaker. One comment
Good
here.
evening.
It's clear. It's clear, ma'am. Thank you. One of my students, right? Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Good evening, dear sir and madam. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Thank you for the grateful session, madam. Great to have a interesting lecture from you. I'm pretty sure you are the one of the role models of your department students. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for our sir also. I want to give a big bouquet of thanks for both of you for this interesting session. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much. I'm touched by your kind words.
Yes, definitely. Thank you very much for your lovely and amazing comment as well. Thank you very much. Yes, I think this is to the chance. My dear students and colleagues, on behalf of Ashadi Wisdom Campus Sri Lanka, I extend our heartfelt thanks to Prof. Miss Chagri Mukherjee for being with us today as our special guest speaker. So your insights and contributions have truly enriched our understanding and added great value to the Gender Studies program. We deeply appreciate the time, thought, and passion you shared with our students. So thank you once again for your presence and for inspiring us all. Warm regards. Thank you very much again.
Thank you so much, sir. And thank you to the students who joined. Um, I'm very happy and grateful to have had this opportunity.
Also, I need to conclude as my final verse. So this is very special guest session because in previous sessions, all the sessions we conducted based on the theories, right? Gender studies theories. But this is very special because I told you because this is the updated one. So thank you very much for your time and special points based on your topic. I think this is very, very, very amazing for the my dear Sri Lankan and global students as well. So also I need to update you, the audience. You can watch this video as live session in my YouTube channel, our official YouTube channel, Ashadi Wisdom Campus and Dr. Avindu YouTube channel. So yes, we will mind up today's session. Thank you very much, our guest speaker and all the participants. Thank you very much. Ayubowan. Namaskara.